fire, you're being requested to the 127th Street and 422nd Avenue, 127 and 422 for a vehicle rollover. Occupant is out of the vehicle. He's bleeding and in shock. He is awake and breathing. Ambulance and law enforcement en route.
Hi, I'm Morgan Haller, and I'm applying for your grant on behalf of the Pierpont Rural Fire District. We're applying to help fund a new addition to our department. We're adding a first responders branch, and we're going to be using the money that we get from the grant to equip our department for whatever might come up. Over the past year, after having two rollovers within a couple weeks of each other, we realized we're not really properly trained to deal with that situation, and we definitely didn't have the equipment needed to be there. Thankfully, with both of those, everyone was able to walk away from the wreckage just without really being too hurt. But it actually got us to start thinking, and we started looking into what we needed to do, and we found out how we needed to do that. We invested in 9 men and women from Pierpont to take an emergency medical responders class. I'm proud to say that I was one of those 9 that took the class. You know, the class actually ended up costing our department almost $300 per person. So we made a huge investment into each one of those. And I know for me personally, that class is something that's going to stick with me forever. Before taking the class and receiving training, we already knew that we didn't have a lot of the equipment or the medical first aid that we should have. We knew we needed more proper equipment, so we started ordering and started working with our instructors to figure out what exactly we should have on hand, but sadly, it came down to what we could really afford. And this was a hard decision we had to make, because as we looked at our order and figured out what we needed in our medical bag, we thought of each of our families, that if we cut this piece, what if our families were going to need that? And in a small community, whether it's somebody you're actually related to or not, it's a huge family here. And so we were thinking about everybody, but we ended up ordering what we really thought we needed to have around here in an emergency situation. And that's what we would be using this grant money for, is to get some more of this much needed equipment. We've got the bare bones, we've got a great foundation, but now we want to get there so we can actually help our community. One of the first things we're going to be looking at getting are jump bags for us, or little medical bags that everybody that took the class will receive. This is going to allow us to keep these bags with us personally. As of right now, we have one nice medical bag that we keep in this fire truck. So if there ever is a need for it, we have to come all the way to at least get the bag, if not the truck, to get to a scene. Where if we have these jump bags, we'll be able to actually run to a scene from wherever we're at, and we'll keep it with us. Now this might not sound like much, but each bag can run anywhere from $100 to $300 once we start putting the equipment, the bandages, oxygen tanks and masks, rebreathers, whatever we need in there. So this purchase is not only going to probably save a ton of time if we ever have to go anywhere, but it's also going to help us in the long run if we ever go to a scene that has more than one patient. Because that was the other part we had to do, is we pretty much have one of everything. So if we have 2 people that need oxygen, we only have 1 mask. So with us having multiples, it's really going to help us out in situations like that. Another big item we're looking to purchase is a backboard with the straps to hold somebody on. You know, in the event of an accident, it's extremely important to make sure that we do no further harm. So if we have to extract somebody from a vehicle, we need to make sure that we have them properly backboarded and strapped down so that they're not moving, that nobody's moving them or anything. And it's a very critical, crucial part of being the first responders. It'll allow us to immobilize the patient until an ambulance or helicopter can get there. The great part is once they're already boarded, we can just put that board into the ambulance or helicopter and they're gone. We don't have to mess with anything else. They're ready to go, and cutting down the time that would have to be done otherwise once the next responders of the ALS system get there. A few of the other products we're even looking at getting are just some small resources, small things that we need, more oxygen tanks, rebreather masks, and other products that will need to go on scene. You know, there are so many little things we can add onto this list, but they all add up so quick. We're ultimately hoping one day to have our own vehicle that's specifically for the medical side of things, to have a part of our building, so then if there ever is a need, we can grab that and go. It'll have our bed extraction, our oxygen, everything will be in one vehicle so we can get to a scene quick as we possibly can. I just want to thank you again for putting your grant out there, for giving us a chance to apply for it. We really appreciate what you've done to our community. With your grant, we'll not only be able to change something today, but we're looking to change a community forever into the future. So on behalf of the Pierpont Fire District, I just want to thank you for taking this time.